The killing of a top Hamas leader in Lebanon is raising concerns that the Israel-Hamas war is expanding. Israel has neither confirmed or denied its involvement in Tuesday's explosion in Beirut, which killed Hamas deputy leader Saleh al-Arouri. Meanwhile, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah is warning that the explosion in Lebanon's capital is a crime that, in his words, will not go unpunished. Ruby Dagher is an assistant professor at the School of International Development and Global Studies at the University of Ottawa. She's our guest this morning. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
The IDF and the militant group Hezbollah have traded strikes since October 7th at an increasing rate along the Israel-Lebanon border. So if Israel is behind Tuesday's explosions, it would mark the largest Israeli strike on Beirut since 2006. How significant is the concern that al-Arouri's killing will trigger an expansion of the war into Lebanon?
It is very significant. I mean, it does represent also, we have to remember, it represents one of the biggest breaches in Hezbollah's security. The Dahi area where al-Arouri was killed is a Hezbollah stronghold. And so it is a huge blow to Hezbollah's security. It is also a blow to the sort of détente or tit for tat that was sort of the rules of engagement between Hezbollah and Israel for the longest time. We did, though, see that this sort of increase in tension has been increasing over the number of days, because we did also see the assassination of an Iranian general in Syria a few days before this. Then we saw the assassination of al-Arouri, and then we also saw increased tensions on the southern border and increased attacks by Israel, which I believe yesterday killed about 9 Hezbollah members. So there has been an increasing level of tension, or there was a little bit before this, and now it seems to be part of this pattern of increasing tensions, which is extremely worrying. And we see it also in what France is trying to do, what the U.S. is trying to do in trying to calm things and discuss things to ensure that it doesn't blow up into something much bigger.
Yeah, Lebanon's Prime Minister Najib Mikati alleged that the explosion is a new Israeli crime. It was designed to provoke the country into the Israel-Hamas war. You mentioned France, also the UN calling for restraint, and the U.S. as well. But how much can the international community do to keep things from escalating?
I think this is a wonderful question, because if you had listened to Hassan Nasrallah's speech yesterday, one thing that struck me the most, other than the fact that it is, claiming retaliation and so forth, is a few statements he made about the international community. And he actually was directing this speech to the Lebanese political parties and to others in the region to say, look, what is the international community really doing for you? They're telling you follow us, and if you follow us, everything will be better. But what has it really done for you? It has done nothing. And therefore, you should really follow this international community, and we are the resistance, and we are the ones protecting you. And this also comes at the heels of, for example, Benny Gantz saying that Hezbollah has to move further from the south of Lebanon, further north, at least 30 to 50 kilometers further north. We have other comments by both the War Cabinet and other Israeli members of parliament saying that the next front is that on the southern border of Lebanon and northern border of Israel. We have talks about the movement of Israeli troops from Gaza to the north of Israel, therefore the southern border of Lebanon. So in a sense, we do have a lot of these discussions, but Hezbollah is playing that bluff, Israel is playing that bluff, and the ones that are really, other than the ones dying and paying the heaviest price and also, with war raining on them, are also those who want to have a solution, but yet the international community is incapable of giving them that solution.
Yeah, and, as part of that conversation, Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is now on his way to the Middle East. I believe this is his 4th trip there. You mentioned the people, and the humanitarian situation we know in Lebanon is already dire. Human Rights Watch's 2023 World Report says that the years-long economic crisis has pushed more than 80% of people in Lebanon into poverty. What would the war possibly expanding into Lebanon mean? What would the human toll be?
Well, first of all, this war already has caused significant problems for Lebanon, economically speaking. So a lot of tourism, which Lebanon heavily relies on, whether it be expats or others, tourism has significantly dropped because a lot of the airplane companies do not want to travel to Lebanon. We also saw a significant increase in prices of basic goods due to the war that is taking place. We also saw a huge displacement of people in South Lebanon, moving to more stable areas away from the bombardment, which has also put pressure on rents, on basic goods and services, and other items related to basic living. Now, if the war does happen, and if, as some Israeli members of parliament have said, and Netanyahu in one way or another has said, that they will make Lebanon or Beirut equal to Gaza, that would mean a significant percentage of the poorest population, some of the poorest population in Lebanon, moving out of this area, and a destruction that would really cripple Lebanon. And at this point, from what we know, the international community is really not willing to help the Lebanese government or help the Lebanon through the Lebanese government, given issues and questions of corruption. So this would really imply significant problems for Lebanon and significant suffering. And for those of us who've monitored this and come from that region and especially come from Lebanon, fully understand the significant consequences. Hezbollah can fight back. Hezbollah has the military capacity to do so, but it's not equivalent to that of Israel.
Ruby Dacher, we appreciate your conversation today. Good to have you with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.